the first commissioned warship in the Navy. Known as the USS Alfred, she would get her start as a merchant vessel, then would be purchased by the Naval Committee in November of 1775. She would then be outfitted with 30 cannons, and in December of 1775, she was commissioned as the first ever warship in the Continental Navy. In this video, we'll be talking about how the USS Alfred got her start. This story will begin in the year 1774 at the Philadelphia docks, where they will be working on a brand new vessel. Now, there are no historical records stating who constructed this ship, but there is a good possibility that the person who constructed the ship would be famous shipbuilder John Wharton. The ship would initially launch as a merchant vessel in the same year. She would be named the Black Prince in honor of Prince Edward, who was the eldest son of English monarch King Edward III. She would be owned by the trading firm Willing and Morris and Company, which will be operated by Thomas Willing and Robert Morris. John Berry would serve as the ship's only shipmaster while she was a merchant vessel, which would last from 1774 to 1775. On October 30th, 1775, she will be put on the market, and just a few days later, on November 4th, she will be purchased by the Naval Committee. They will rename the ship Alfred in honor of a 9th century English monarch, Alfred the Great. This Alfred would not be serving tea. She will be outfitted with 20 9-pounder smoothbore cannons, 10 6-pounder smoothbore cannons, and she would have a crew of 220 men. Daniel Faulkner would be responsible for her weapon outfitting, John Berry will be in charge of her re-rigging, and Joshua Humphreys will be in charge of strengthening her hull. On December 3rd, 1775, the USS Alfred will be commissioned as the first ever warship. To celebrate her commission, newly appointed Navy Lieutenant John Paul Jones will hoist the Grand Union flag up while aboard this ship. On the same day, 3 more vessels would join the USS Alfred. These ships would include the USS Andrew Doria, the USS Cabot, and the USS Columbus. A few weeks later, on December 22nd, 1775, Commodore Essex Hopkins will become the commander-in-chief of these 4 ships. And the ship that he would choose as his flagship would be the USS Alfred. The USS Alfred would have 3 notable commanders during her tenure as a warship. These would include Captain Dudley Saltonstall, who would captain the ship from 1775 to 1776. Captain John Paul Jones, who will be captain from 1776 to 1777. And the third and final captain would be Captain Elijah Hinman, who would captain the ship from 1775 to 1778. From March 3rd through the 4th, 1776, the USS Alfred would participate in the Battle of Nassau. This would be the Navy's and the newly formed Continental Marines' biggest test. And in the end, the Americans will come out victorious, capturing Nassau. The USS Alfred continued to serve in the Continental Navy until she was captured in 1778 by the British. She would serve as the HMS Alfred until she would be sold by the Royal Navy in the year 1782. And that would be the story of the first ever warship, the USS Alfred. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below, along with hitting that notification bell too, so that way you'll be notified on the next time I upload a new video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next one.